Okay, so let's get right into this. We're looking at a blueprint for society from a company called Today's Ultimate Solutions. And when I say bold, I mean this is really bold. They're basically proposing a whole new operating system for humanity. Let's see what that's all about.
And right out of the gate, they are not messing around. This is the core vision of their ARQ18 project. It's a huge claim that immediately tells you they're thinking on a truly global, almost unbelievable scale.
So that's the big question, right? Is this just some sci-fi fantasy, or are we looking at a real workable plan for the future? We're going to spend the next few minutes breaking down their entire system to figure that out.
All right, to get our heads around this massive idea, we've actually got to start super small. In fact, we're starting with something you can literally hold in your hand, a simple nutrition bar. This little thing is the BarNess Miracle Bar. Yeah, on the surface, it's just a healthy, whole food bar. But its real power isn't in the calories or the ingredients. It's about the job it's designed to do. Think of it as the key that unlocks this entire ecosystem. Now, this is a really crucial idea to grasp. The bar isn't the solution, not at all. It's what the creators call a stabilization primitive. You know, it's like a first responder arriving on the scene to stop the bleeding. That action doesn't fix the deep injury, but it creates the stable moment needed for the real surgery to begin. And that surgery, well, it's powered by this really fascinating economic model. So let's peel back another layer and look at the engine this little bar is meant to fuel. This is where things get really clever. They call it the BarNess QAnon flywheel, and it's basically a self-powering loop. It works like this. Every time someone buys a bar, that money doesn't just disappear. It's used to buy tangible, productive assets, like farmland. That land then produces more food and generates profits, which flow back to everyone involved, creating even more demand for the bars. Each step just feeds the next, designed to spin faster and faster all on its own.
And if you're wondering what that flywheel can do, well, get this. A simulation they ran shows that an initial investment of $100,000 could potentially snowball into over $15 million in just 3 years. This isn't just about food anymore. It's about turning our daily consumption into a powerful engine that builds real, permanent wealth for the community.
So, who's conducting this whole orchestra? What's guiding this incredibly complex machine? That, it turns out, is a very, very different kind of AI.
We are not talking about your typical AI here, not even close. The system is guided by something called GNI, which stands for Generative Intentional Intelligence. See, unlike a normal AI that just crunches numbers you feed it, GNI is built to be an active, ethical partner. Its main job is to look at all the possible outcomes and find the guaranteed paths to success. And check out the code it lives by. It's all built on three, beautifully simple but incredibly powerful rules. First, do no harm. That's the bedrock. Second, do good if possible. So it's actively trying to make things better. And third, the Aikido protocol. Find the path of least resistance. It's an ethical compass that's literally hardwired into its brain.
Okay, so we've got the bar, the economic engine, and the AI brain. How in the world does this all fit together? Well, it's all organized under one really elegant blueprint.
They call it the triple helix, and it's a perfect analogy. Just like DNA, you've got 3 strands that are all woven together. You've got innovation, which is the for-profit tech side. That's the economic engine. Then you've got community, the social justice and nonprofit side. That's the heart. And finally, wisdom, which provides the education and leadership. That's the guiding mind. They all work on their own, but they're linked together, making the whole system way stronger than any one part.
So, a fancy blueprint is one thing, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, to find out, you have to put it through the ultimate stress test. You take it to the most extreme, unforgiving places on the planet.
First up, the Polar Palace in northern Canada. The challenge here isn't just to survive the brutal, mind-numbing cold, but to actually live in luxury. We're talking geothermal heating, vertical farms, and get this, Aurora View infinity pools. It's about proving that extreme resilience can also mean extreme comfort.
Then they swing to the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the Negev Desert. Here the problem is scorching heat and basically zero water. The solution? Some wild fog harvesting tech that literally pulls water out of thin air, with the goal of turning barren sand into a lush, thriving oasis.
Now, what about a place already known for luxury, but built on an old-world economy? In the UAE, the blueprint is designed to build a bridge to a totally sustainable future. Think pioneering vertical cities and AI-driven services, all to show that the highest standard of living can come with the lowest environmental footprint.
The blueprint also gets tested in one of the toughest human situations imaginable, post-conflict reconstruction. In Gaza, the idea is to use these advanced modular shelters. They can be deployed fast for emergencies, but here's the key. They're designed from day one to be upgraded into permanent, high-efficiency, luxury homes. It's a way to try and leapfrog generations of slow development.
And for the final test, the challenge is scale and extreme weather. In rural India, it's all about bringing this system to millions of people in areas that get hammered by monsoons. This means things like flood-resistant farming and off-grid homesteads that can not only survive the weather, but actually improve people's lives.
And I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not just a collection of cool projects. It's an ultimate decathlon. The logic is brilliant and simple. If this blueprint for high-efficiency, luxury living can succeed in the world's absolute harshest environments, then it can work anywhere.
So when you put it all together, what's the point? What's the end game here? It's to pull off a fundamental shift in how we think, to move society away from this constant, zero-sum game of scarcity and competition, and toward a reality of actual abundance, managed intelligently for everyone.
Which leaves us with one last kind of mind-bending thought to chew on. We're so programmed to think the problem is that we don't have enough stuff, not enough resources, not enough capital. But what if we already have everything we need? What if the only thing that's been holding us back is just a bad design? Something to think about.